Hey guys, it's Holly from Healthy Skin, Healthy Life. I want to welcome you to our first in a series of Skincare Saturdays where we're going to be talking about anything and everything to do with your skincare. You know, the idea is to help you become the best you can be. So, in order to do that, I searched out the best. And very fortunately, I was introduced to Marlene from somebody that I know here where I'm living. And I was, first of all, we hit it off right away.
Yes.
I was definitely bowled over. First of all, her skin is absolutely incredible. But
Thank
even more important for you guys is I was bowled over by her incredible knowledge and just the way she digs into science and really finds out everything that is important to get your skin looking its best. So without further ado, nobody wants to hear me chatter on. Marlene, take it away.
Thank you, Holly. And thank you, Holly. I'm so happy to be here on this show and inviting you, and just a blessing that I got to meet you again. Another Jersey girl, right? The
Absolutely.
Jersey. Yeah. But actually, my journey started. My name is Marlene Wagenheim, by the way, and I own 422 Organics. It's a spa, and it's also skincare product lines. But to start on my journey, talking about New Jersey, I was in the casino business for about 16 years in New Jersey, and then New Orleans for about 4. And when we moved to Orlando, Florida, after doing a few different things, again, reinventing myself several times over, started to see where I would go next. And my husband had gotten me a plan to go get facial treatments every month for a year. It was part of a present. And I had never, I am in my mid 40s, raised 2 kids, never had a facial, never had anything fancy done, didn't know anything about the industry. And I was like, oh my God, I was blown away by it. It's like, not just the fact of, getting a manicure or pedicure or having your hair done or skin done or a massage, but the fact that we had an hour to ourselves, a little pampering, a little me time. And I thought the mental side of this industry is so important for us. We are normally givers as it is. We are caretakers. We're nurturing people. But we always fail to remember to do it for ourselves. And I think that's what I try to tell my clients is, taking care of yourself goes a long way, and helping others too. I mean,
Oh my
we
God.
profess.
Yeah, it's like the when you're on an airplane and the oxygen, you've got to put the oxygen on yourself first.
Absolutely, absolutely. But we forget because we're so busy, Holly, taking care of everyone else. You're a mother, you're a wife, you're a coworker, and we're doing all these things, and it's go, 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 go. And then we look in the mirror one day and go, oh my God, I'm turning into my mother. But and it's like, whoever taught us this thing? I was never taught how to take care of my skin. I mean, back in the day, I used Ivory Soap, and that was because my grandmother worked in the factory and I got the broken bars. Um, and that was it. There was no, how do I take care of my skin? When do I wash my face? When do I use exfoliation? We never even heard of exfoliation. So when I had this plan done and I started researching the industry and going, oh my goodness, we can not only start taking care of ourselves, but we can also reverse a lot of our aging problems that we have on our skin. And it starts from inside out too. So that's where I went. I started really, really diving into the industry and finding out about treatments, about products, and also the internal aspects of what goes inside of our body also affects our skin. So my journey led from the casino to a staffing company. I've owned a couple restaurants in the past. I'm an artist. I've got my hands in several different things. But when I dove into this, I just wanted to learn totally what products, clean products, good products that you can put on your skin that are not going to have any detrimental damage to your health, and that they were still going to work. And that's when I started. Originally, it was Faces Skincare, and then I converted it over to 422 Organics, which is the name of my product line and the spa. But 422, by the way, stands for Earth Day, April 22nd. And I believe that our earth has given us the nutrients that we can use on our skin and our body. And just like Hippocrates says, let food be thy medicine. I believe at the same token, some of our skincare can be like medicine. But today we're going to talk about basics. And I think that's where we need to start, because like me, I did not know the steps in skincare. And as I work with clients on a daily basis, they'll say to me, well, when do I put a serum on? When do I do this? When do I do that? And I realized that we're really not educated in that aspect. I mean, we're constantly being hit with product sales on television, and buy this and buy that, but we don't really know what it's used for. And sometimes too much is not a good thing either. So starting with basic skincare. Holly, how did you learn about skincare when you first got involved with this? What was your background?
Well, okay, so my background is as a dietitian. So when you say let food be thy medicine and everything,
Yeah.
skincare from the inside out, I couldn't agree, more.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's funny because the first time I remember distinctly, and it was after I had my children, I put, I think, Pond's cold cream on my face
Yeah.
for the first time. And people would come up to me and say, did you have a facelift? Like, your skin looks amazing. Like, just putting on a moisturizer, like, totally revamped my whole face.
You could have put mud on your face or soaked it in a banana peel or something. It was doing something, right? You were doing something to help your skin.
Exactly. And then what happened, like, over the years, I realized I started researching, like, all the chemicals that we're putting in our bodies, because nutritionally I was studying that. But then I started thinking, my God, even if I eat the right things and I exercise and I take care of myself, what about what I'm putting on my face, my skincare, my makeup?
Right. And you have to hit it from both ends. I mean, not just one is going to work, but as our body as a whole, the same thing we have to look at everything in life is finding that balance as a whole, inside out, outside in. And so that's why I actually, and background, you said your background in nutrition, and same thing, I've learned that in my schooling. I just recently, well, about a year and a half ago, got my degree in alternative medicine, and it touches on the fact, food be thy medicine, a lot of nutrition, but it also talks about chemical exposures and how it can be hormone disruptors and, your environment. Well, when you put a product on your skin every single day, that is going into your body. So there's so many things out there with carcinogens and chemicals and fragrance that are on products that are really not healthy, especially if you're using it on a daily basis. And I know we're getting off on a tangent here, but I always tell people, when you use, like, after menopause and you're using your estrogen creams or your testosterone creams, you rub it on your skin and it affects your hormones. And I'm like, so this little dab is affecting my hormones. Can you imagine someone who puts a full body lotion on every day that's full of methylparaben, butaparabens, fragrance, and all these chemicals and carcinogenics that are penetrating their body? And we wonder now why we have so many different autoimmune disorders and rashes and skin issues and rosaceas. And, we've just become very sensitive to a lot of these chemicals. And it's not just one, it's just compounded with many different things. So I'm not going to just blame skincare products, but when you start compounding these, it's when we start to have health issues. But back to basics.
Let's talk about, like, what people should use. Like, let's do an overview. What products should be used on a daily basis and then a weekly basis, and then why should we use them? Because I know, and think young women are much more astute than you or I were growing up.
Sure.
I didn't know from vitamin C serum, and I didn't know from exfoliation. Of course, now, of course, I've learned everything, and boy, does it change your skin. But I want you to talk about, like, what should people use regularly, and then why? Like, what's the reason?
Yeah. Well, okay, let's start with basic steps. Okay. So the steps are cleanse, tone, exfoliate, day cream, serum, night cream, treatment cream. So if you look at those items, that's good to have in your cabinet. All right. As a start. All right. So you cleanse your face. And we'll go into cleansers on a separate show with different types of cleansers. But when you wash your face, I tell people wash at night. Wash the day away. It's psychologically, to me, you're cleansing your day. You're cleansing everything off, all the grit, everything you've been accumulating during the day, your stresses during the day. Wash your face at night. At nighttime is when your skin is healing. At nighttime is when your body is healing. So therefore, I believe most of your regimen should be at nighttime. In the morning, believe it or not, I splash my face with water. I don't even use a cleanser in the morning.
Yeah, that surprises me.
I know.
Yeah.
And because again, it's all about a balance. Too much of a good thing is no good. You don't want to constantly strip the oils off your skin, because if you do that, your oil glands are going to, think of it saying, oh my God, there's nothing there. And it's going to go into high gear and produce more oil. So some people with oily skin, it's because they're stripping it so much that their oil glands are going into high gear and say, I need to make more, I need to make more, I need to make more. When you find that balance, it'll calm down and say, okay, we've got enough. I'm not going to produce anymore. And that's when you find the balance. So wash your face at night. Get the makeup off. No matter how tired you are, please try to get your makeup off at night.
Just stop you right here. So makeup off, that's interesting. So
mm-hmm.
you need a makeup remover, because if I just use my cleanser, if I haven't
Mm-hmm.
used makeup remover, it takes forever to get it off.
I use a makeup remover around my eyes, but the rest of my makeup comes off with a cleanser. There's some cleansers out there that remove your makeup pretty well. And that's the thing, like I use a gel cleanser. I think it takes off makeup so much better than a cream cleanser. But cream cleansers are more hydrating. So there's different times of the year when I'll use a cream cleanser. So yeah, I actually use pretty much just a cleanser to take my makeup off.
Interesting, because what I found, and maybe it's just me, but I found even with the makeup remover and then the
Mm-hmm.
cleanser, I found when I use my toner that there's makeup coming off.
And that's the great segue there, Holly. So toner. So your toner is going to take any residue off. So after you wash your face, yes, you could get a little bit more makeup off with your toner, but your toner is actually taking off any other residue from the cleanser, residue from your makeup. So that's why a toner is pretty important too. So not only are you toning the skin, you are balancing your pH, you are just priming the skin, so to speak, just like you would use a cream conditioner for your hair. But a toner will take some extra makeup off. And that's a good reason to have a toner. People say, well, I don't use a toner, or I don't know how to use a toner, or what's a toner good for? It's actually good for a few different things. And that would be the next step. After you cleanse, tone your skin. Now, I also use a toner midday to activate my mineral makeup again. And it's very refreshing. It's almost like a little bit of a boost, and it refreshes me. And so I use a toner in a whole different aspect, on top of just doing it after my cleanser. So after you cleanse, good idea to tone. And it makes your skin feel nice and tight and clean, and it takes off all that extra residue. So there you go. We cleanse and we tone. Next step, exfoliate. Okay, so there's different ways of exfoliating. And how often is a very different point. And we're talking about skincare basics through the ages. When you are, like, say I had a client yesterday, she's 15. And, she does not need to exfoliate her skin so often, because her skin cells are rejuvenating and they're falling off, and dead skin cells comes off very easy. So maybe once in a while she can exfoliate if she's got some clogged pores, or maybe even use a wash rag, because a wash rag will help some exfoliation as well. But as you get older, maybe in your 20s, you need to exfoliate once a week. Use a scrub, or you can use something with AHA, or you can use something like with enzymes to take it off. And we'll talk about that when we do a show on exfoliations processes. But then as you get older, you might have to do it twice a week or 3 times a week. So if you ever see someone who's just got that dull, not lively, dewy skin, it's mostly because the dead skin hasn't been sloughed off.
Interesting.
Right? I mean, so when you start taking care of your skin, just adding exfoliation into the mix, you will see a huge improvement. First of all, you're taking off the dead skin. Now, all your products that you're going to use, your moisturizers, are going to penetrate better on, because it's not just sitting on dead skin. Your makeup's going to go on smoother, and you're just going to have that healthier look, because the dead skin is just sitting on you. So take it off. And again, as you get older, you might have to do that a few times a week.
Yeah,
And
well,
that's going to,
what else happens when you get, I mean, your whole body changes as you
everything changes as you get older. That's a whole different.
Yeah, that's nuts, right? Yeah.
Duct tape and WD-40, right?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, a little extra exfoliation goes a long, long way. And like I said, we're going to talk, and I really do want to do a little segment on the different ways to exfoliate the skin too. Okay, so then you're going to use a moisturizer. Now we're talking about nighttime right now. So we're washing our day off, we're cleansing, we're toning. You're going to exfoliate maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, so it's a Friday. We're exfoliated. Now we're going to put our night cream on, but before we do that, we put a serum on. Now, obviously, I'm exfoliating 3 times a week because of my age. At this point, we need a little bit of help, like we were saying. So now we're going to start adding serums to our mix. Serums are usually based, and I love peptides. That's one ingredient I love, different peptides. They're smaller, they're like amino acids, and they can actually penetrate the skin. So when you're talking about your skin level, it's going to penetrate deeper. Moisturizers sit on top of the skin. They work on the epidermis, they hydrate, they make the skin feel moist and subtle, I can't even talk, supple. And so that's what a moisturizer does. Serums work at a lower level. So they're the ones who are going to go and you get a serum specific, whether it be for holding moisture in the skin, maybe some vitamin C for brightening, maybe something for toning the skin or acne or whatever. A serum's going to go a little bit deeper. So that's when you put your serum on. And because it goes deeper, makes sense. Think about this. And this is what people say, well, do I put the serum on before or after my moisturizer? Well, if serums go deeper, then you want to put them on first and then put your moisturizer on over top. Does it make sense?
Yep, absolutely.
So that's a good way to think of when to put a serum on. So at nighttime, I'm going to put my serum on. I love hyaluronic acid. We'll talk about that again in a serum segment. But you put your serum on and then you put your night cream. Now, night creams are normally a little bit thicker, heavier, maybe a little bit more of a different consistency because, again, you're treating your skin at night. And at nighttime is when your skin is healing itself. So you might want to put a little bit more on. Now, talked about a treatment product. Once or twice a week, I'll use something with maybe a retinol, or I'll use something with alpha lipoic acid, or maybe a DNA preservation cream. So I'll use more of a specialty treatment cream once or twice a week. And that I'll alternate that with my night cream. And then in the morning when I wake up, splash my face with water. If I want to add a serum, I can, but half the time I'm so busy running out, I don't. I just put on a moisturizer, grab a cup of coffee, let the moisturizer sit, and then put my makeup on. Now, if you put your makeup on right on top of your moisturizer, you're going to be blotchy because your moisturizer has to, set and dry into your skin a little bit. Otherwise, you're just going to be putting your makeup on and it could mess it up a little bit.
Is there a time period that you should let it absorb, or doesn't it matter? You just give it like 10
I time it as a cup of coffee.
Oh, okay.
I keep it easy.
Relax, have a cup of coffee, then put your makeup on.
I mean, put my moisturizer on, or you can go get dressed then and come back and put your makeup on, or go make the coffee and then come back and put your makeup on. So as long, it depends. I mean, what your day cream, like some might penetrate better than others or faster than others, not necessarily better, but faster. So depending which one you put on, you kind of get a feel for it when it's time to, you can just put your makeup on. And then sunscreen, obviously. Sometimes the moisturizer can have sunscreens in it, which I do like that. It's another step that you don't have to worry about. If it doesn't, then you can put your sunscreen on and then your makeup. I love makeup that has mineral base, so it has sunscreen protection in it as well. So your daily sunscreen is one thing, but now if you're going to the beach, definitely make sure that you put sunscreen on. It's even more important, but you forget that the day-to-day running errands, you don't realize how you could get some sun damage. I remember I was getting on this side of the face what I called filtered pigment. And it wasn't just like one big brown spot. It was filtered into my skin. You could just start seeing it. And this is from driving in the car and the sun beating down through the window right on this spot. So I used a serum every day for about a month and a half, this one serum that I have, and it took it away. So now I definitely make sure that I put my sunscreen on. And coming from Jersey, growing up putting baby oil on my skin, laying out in the sun every day at the beach, I'm surprised I don't have more sunspots.
I mean, we
But
loved our skin when we were younger. Well, we didn't know from all this. You know, I always say when you know better, you can do better. So that's the
absolutely.
purpose of this. Now you're going to know better. So let's just get back to the sunscreen because I never know. So that doesn't go on over my makeup. That goes under my makeup.
Under your makeup.
Okay.
Under your makeup. Now, if you are, okay, so you got ready to go to the beach, and we don't talk about this because we always think, oh my gosh, you know, I'm not going to go to the beach with no makeup on, or I'm going to go to the beach with makeup on. If you have makeup on and you go to the beach, I'm not talking just running errands, you go to the beach, put your makeup on top then. Just get some sunscreen. I mean, put your sunscreen on top. Just get some sunscreen on your face, okay? It's not the most ideal, but please wear your sunscreen at the beach.
So you put it on over your makeup when you're going to the beach? Is that what you're saying? It
I'm
doesn't.
saying I'm saying if you put makeup on, I go to the beach, I don't wear makeup. So I just put my sunscreen on. But I'm saying some women won't go anywhere without their makeup on. If that's the case, make sure, and if you're out there for more than a couple hours, make sure you put more sunscreen on.
So it just goes right over the makeup. Gotcha.
Yeah, I know it's not ideal, but you know, better to be safe than sorry. And if you're going to be out there for a long time, and God forbid you not have your makeup on or something, you know, just put it on.
Okay. Okay. But
It's not ideal, but make sure you wash your face when you get home at night. Please do not go to bed with all that on your skin.
no, yeah, that's off. That's very unhealthy. But okay,
Yeah.
normally I put my sunscreen, then my makeup.
Yes.
Now, what if my makeup has
If you're using if you're using a moisturizer with sunscreen in it, then you put your makeup on afterwards. Yes.
okay. And then if my makeup has sunscreen, it doesn't matter because it's just a double.
A double thing. Yeah. And in fact, I was a few years back, I was doing a lot of running and marathons and triathlons and stuff, and I was swimming a lot, and so in and out of the water, and I was worried about being outside and exposed to all this all the time, and the sweating, you sweat it off your sunscreen really fast. So my mineral makeup, I swear, saved me, because I would put that on and coming in and out of the water, I still had some coverage and protection. So I really do like the mineral based makeups and things like that.
Are you using powder, or because I was told to use liquid?
I use powder. So as you get older, you know, you know, growing up, you're using all the different department store makeups and stuff like that. And I think you can use a liquid makeup when you're younger. As you get older, a lot of times the liquid gets heavier on your skin, so it sits in the wrinkles, and I think it pulls your face down. If that makes sense. I just think the lighter, less on your face as you get older is so much better. And I've done makeup applications on clients, and they'll go, oh my God, you're not using liquid on me. I'm like, no, I mean, just, I might use a primer and then a powdered foundation, and it gets great coverage, and it doesn't sit heavy on your pores or on your wrinkles. It actually covers them really nice. Now, if you've got different kinds of primer, that kind of helps too. I would probably say switch to a primer. I'll use a liquid once in a while, but I got to tell you, you got to be careful. If someone is very wrinkly, it could make them even accentuate those wrinkles.
Huh, interesting. All right,
Yeah.
back to the treatments.
Back to treatment. So basic skincare for the ages. Even as a youngster, you cleanse, you tone, you don't have to exfoliate as much. Day cream, night cream, maybe a treatment cream for acne. As you get middle age, you're going to cleanse, you're going to tone, you're going to start exfoliating a little bit more. You're going to use a day cream and a night cream, and you might start introducing some serums. As you even get older, in your 60s, cleanse, tone, exfoliate, day cream, night cream, serum, and a treatment cream you're going to add once in a while to alternate to address fine lines, wrinkles, pigmentation, issues like that.
What would you say? You said mid-age, like what would you say? 20s, 30s, 40s?
20s, 30s, and early 40s. When you start hitting your 40s, so your skin changes every, I don't know, every 7 years. Think of it like that. You're changing your cycles and everything like that. So when you get probably 40s, you're going to have to start using serums and add maybe even some treatment creams for that. A lot of in your 40s, you got to think about all your sun damage that you did when you were in your early teens, 20s, and early 30s could start showing up in your 40s. So now you're going to say, oh my God, these brown spots are starting to show up. I'm going to have to start looking at these lines around my eyes and these wrinkles that are showing up. So that's when you start addressing it with maybe some serums and a better product. Yeah, a little, yeah. And then exfoliating a little bit more too.
So it's interesting. So really, like late 40s is old age when it comes to your skin. It's like you got.
Well, it starts showing signs. I mean, you start seeing things that you did when you were in your 20s that you think you're invincible and don't have to worry about. I mean, like baby oil laying out in the Jersey Shore, or running errands, or just being outside all the time and not thinking about it, or going to, a lot of kids that I talk to that, they go to bed with their makeup on and they're not washing their face properly, and they're just not, they don't know how to take care of their skin. And they're also maybe not eating the right way either. We eat differently as a teenager. You think you can eat as much pizza as you want. Well, all that stuff could show up in your cheeks as acne, or, different congestion could show up. So, as you go through your different age cycles, you might have to address different situations.
Yeah, there's different phases. So
Yeah.
just so you guys are aware, what we're going to do in the future. Now you have an overall view of everything that you need at different ages. We're going to do a separate series or separate section on cleansers, toners, exfoliators,
Right.
cream serums, night creams, treatment creams, etc. Because with each area, some people may have sensitive skin, some people may have acne, some people may have rosacea, and we'll talk about different products that will be applicable, depending on what your skin is. It's just like something else. Everybody's different. Everybody's skin is different. Everybody reacts to things differently. So, we want to give you different choices, and the things that, Marlene has studied and that, that she knows are the best. The other thing is we're going to be happy to offer you for a full week after the session, a 20% discount. I will give you the link underneath each talk every week. And today, I think, Marlene, we talked about giving a discount on sunscreen, like just starting.
Yes, in fact, we're going to do, I think we should do like the Aloe Sunbrella. I don't know if you can see that.
Yes.
This is from our 422 organic line. This is a moisturizer with sunscreen SPF 30. It's hydrating. It's very lightweight. This is one of the SPFs. I like this one. Actually, I use this for my grandbabies too when we go to the beach. It's very lightweight.
Now,
and that's the one.
Ask a quick question on that. Is it
Sure?
It's full spectrum, so it targets both different rays?
Right, it does. It does. And this is the one. So when we talk about sunscreens, there's different ways to use sunscreens. There's titanium dioxide, and then there's the one where there's a combination of different ingredients. One absorbs it and then blocks it, the rays. Other ones totally block it and shed them off. So this one here is organic, but not, like I said, when we talk about sunscreens, there's pros and cons for all sunscreens. But this is the one that is organic, and I feel confident in it. Like I said, I use it on my grandbabies. It's very lightweight. And this is from the 422 organic line. This is Aloe Sunbrella. So think of it as protecting you from the sun. And then the other one is from our vitamin C line. This is our Tangerine Daytime Moisturizer with sunscreen. And this is titanium dioxide base. This has your vitamin C in it. Now, vitamin C also brightens the skin. So think about it. Vitamin C is really good for people who live in Florida. I always said that I like to eat indigenous to your area. So vitamin C, oranges, Florida, brightening the skin, good, healthy antioxidants for your skin. But this is also to help you with the sun, since we have so much sun in Florida, or even anywhere where there's a lot of sun. But this is a really nice moisturizer. So you've got two different moisturizers to choose from. This one doesn't have any really basic scent to it, where this one smells a little bit more like a tangerine. And those are the two that we're going to offer the 20% discount on today.
And both are full spectrum. I just learned about, I was just really reading about sunscreens, the UVA and the UVB, is it? I don't know. So you want to protect against both. I think I'm going to try, I've tried the tangerine, but I think I'm going to try the
Aloe Sunbrella. Yeah.
Now, is that good for your whole body, the Sunbrella?
Well, here's the thing. They're moisturizers too for the face. If you want to use it on the body like I do for my grandkids, that's one thing. But for the price point of it, it's mostly for the face. Let's put it this way. Just use it for your face because it has all those other ingredients that you need for a moisturizer. I'm frugal. You only need a little bit because it is concentrated, but when you start using it for your whole body, it could get a little bit expensive, just
Okay,
in all honesty, yeah.
that's fine. So we just want to recommend it for face and maybe
Yep.
the décolletage, the neck and chest area, possibly.
Yeah, décolleté,
Yeah,
right in here.
I pronounced that wrong. Décolletage. I don't know.
Décolleté.
Why I say but it's
So
our special little area for women.
our special little area, right?
So yeah, we're
But
gonna
anyway,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, just to sum it up: cleanse, tone, exfoliate, day cream, night cream, serum, treatment cream, and sunscreen.
Perfect. You simplified it. I will write it up to give everybody, the basic overview. And then guys, we will be back. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back with our next session, and hopefully underneath, if you have any questions about today, definitely put them underneath this recording, this video, so that I can bring them to Marlene for our next session. And we're going to all learn and grow and become our best over time.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I will see you next week.
See you next week.